In 2018, I went to the emergency department at St. Vincent's East Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama, as Ascension Health, for what I thought was a broken neck or spinal injury. I believed I may have had a stroke or seizure and associated motor function loss. The doctors x-rayed me and told me it was muscle strain, but I have had broken bones before. I knew it was a very serious injury. I got my x-rays and records from the hospital and noticed something interesting. There are fewer pictures on the disc than they took in the angles frames that would show the injury clearly and from behind were either missing or looked edited. I followed up with Dr. Laura Pound, located near Trussville, who confirmed the hospital's findings. I knew they were both wrong. 8 months later, my neck had not healed. I returned to St. Vincent's East Hospital for a CT scan of my skull and cervical spine. I was again diagnosed with muscle strain. I knew their findings were in error. I got my records and CT images again, and in these pictures, I discovered I had broken the underside of my skull, contrary to what the doctors told me. The injury shows up clearly in the same area that I have pain. Following this, I've been to over 10 doctors and hospitals and have many more x-ray CTs and MRIs. All doctors tell me and pretty much agree there is no acute abnormality. When I show the pictures of my broken skull and try to have a discussion versus purely listen to their opinion, they childishly and unfairly challenge my psychological state, hiding behind their authority. My claims that pain correspond to clear injuries and photographs are rejected. My injury has not healed in 2 years. After having an MRI scan, which showed normal, I again got my images and found out some extent of my injury on my own. I have a basilar skull bone breakage in the area of the occipital, condyle, and condylar canal. The fractures leaked cerebral spinal fluid into my neck below. The wound became infected and infested with parasite worms. The worms are clearly visible in many image sets from various sources. The worms are possibly nothing exotic. I have pets who go indoors and outdoors. I cannot adequately treat this injury because doctors will not acknowledge or diagnose it. I've had luck in eliminating some of the parasite infection with over-the-counter dewormer medicine. Following obtaining my medical records a few weeks ago, my story has taken a turn straight out of a Hollywood movie. I am now under some form of surveillance/harassment by an unknown party. Our family computer was hacked. Strange cars with dark tinted windows are in our neighborhood where they do not belong. Drones are in the area with advanced capabilities only a few paramilitary groups on planet Earth should have access to. This frightening scenario has further implications. I believe my mental faculties are being challenged because my injury is valuable to someone who stands to gain or lose. My rights as a human being may be taken from me unjustly by some institution who will say I cannot think or rationalize for myself. They will effectively sell or pass me into a mental facility or research program, part of which may be ongoing now without my knowledge or consent. They will profit on my pain. This is worse than a modern form of slavery and should have no place in America.